For generations, learning was the bridge to opportunity. Today, that bridge is being rebuilt.
Technology is accelerating. Jobs are transforming. Skills are evolving.
But what if the same force driving this change could also be the solution?
A new chapter begins.
Not where AI replaces our ability to learn, but where it scales our potential.
Creating learning that is designed for the individual, adaptive to their needs, and directly connected to their future.
This isn't just a story about technology. It's a story about people and technology.
Our partners, our customers, our learners.
A community uniquely positioned to solve this challenge.
Welcome to the future of learning, a future we will build together.
Welcome to Coursera Connect.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to day 2 of Coursera Connect. Whether you're here with us in person or joining us live from around the world, welcome. We're thrilled to have you with us for another exciting day. To our virtual audience, thank you for tuning in. We'll be streaming live from now through the end of this morning keynote, and we're so glad you're part of the experience. I hope everyone enjoyed a full and energizing day 1, and maybe even discovered some hidden vocal talents at karaoke night. I did not participate. Yesterday, we explored bold ideas around purpose, AI, and access. And today, we'll continue that momentum with a focus on transformation. You'll hear from voices across education and industry who are actively building the future, from skill-based strategies to innovative credential models and learner-centered design. And to kick us off, I'm excited to welcome someone whose leadership has helped shape much of what you see and experience here at Coursera. Please join me in welcoming our Chief Content Officer at Coursera, Marnie Baker-Stein.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2. First, a big thank you to everyone who joined our spirited karaoke party last night right here on this stage. Woohoo! I love seeing you all here singing your hearts out together. And honestly, that's what makes Connect so special. It's not just the exchange of ideas, but those joyful human moments we get to share together this time of year. As Vic Strecker told us during his keynote, purpose fuels resilience and performance. And I believe that purpose shows up both in our collective mission-driven work and those playful moments like last night. So thank you. And thank you for bringing that energy with you today. I think we're all set up for a great set of sessions ahead. Yesterday set the tone for everything we're building together. Greg invited us to imagine a skills-first future in the age of AI. Vic reminded us, and I loved his session yesterday, that innovation without human meaning falls short. And Andrew Ng opened a window into what's next as AI reshapes learning, skills, and opportunity on a global scale. Beyond the main stage, the conversations in the hallways and at the reception showed the same thing. Connect is not just about ideas, it's about community. Yesterday reminded us of the extraordinary commitment, creativity, and unique expertise in this room. It's that same energy that will carry us from inspiration into action today. Action I want to take just a few minutes to frame through the lens of our content North Star. Coursera's content strategy is simple to say, but really ambitious to deliver. A skills-first, career-aligned experience that helps people prove what they can do and advance their careers as they're doing it with confidence. Our North Star is to power a content engine that is skills-first. Every course and every credential tied to a shared career graph from broad domains to very specific skills, so learners, institutions, and employers can navigate with confidence. A content engine that's modular by design, that has short, high-quality learning units that stack into skills tracks and certificates and career-relevant credentials. This gives us the flexibility to serve both consumers and enterprises without having to reinvent the wheel. We want to build learning experiences at Coursera that are verified and meaningful. Assessments that confirm what learners know, roll into clear milestones, and send signals that both learners and employers can trust. And we want to drive experiences that are AI native and multilingual, content optimized by AI for interactivity and feedback, and made instantly global through high-quality dubbing and translation. Finally, we want to optimize the enormous breadth of our content with much better search and discovery, so the right learner can always find the right skills and the right learning program at the right time. This is our direction of travel, moving from a static catalog to a living ecosystem where every asset is reusable, it's verifiable, and it's connected to outcomes. You'll see this strategy come to life throughout day 2. We're going to begin with Hart's keynote on how we deliver accessible, equitable, future-ready education together. Then I'll join our new Chief Product Officer, Patrick Supans, along with content partners and enterprise customers to explore personalization and the evolution of online learning. After that, we're going to dive into a conversation on the future of credentials, what makes them truly valuable to learners and employers in an AI-powered world. From there, you'll head into breakouts tailored for business, government, and campus, as well as content communities. This afternoon, don't miss the Learning Expo, where strategy meets application. In the lab, you'll find live demos of AI-native design and optimization. In the quad, you're going to hear from peers who've achieved success with authoring, interactive learning, and other Coursera capabilities. And in the lounge, there's space to turn hallway conversations into pilots and partnerships. And truly, if history is any guide, you'll leave with practical ideas and new connections. And finally, tonight, we close with one of my favorite moments of Connect, the awards dinner, where we celebrate the creativity, innovation, and measurable impact of this really powerful community. As you move through sessions, hallways, or even just standing in the coffee line, please ask someone today, what's one skill you think every learner in your world should be able to verify in the next year? And what's one step we can take together to make that real? Think of today as a living laboratory where we can share ideas, we can become clearer on the patterns that we're all seeing, and we can build learning together that is deeply valuable at its core. You're the right people shaping what's next in education and work. You're not just imagining the future, you're building it right here together. Let's keep that energy going. And know this, as a leadership team at Coursera, we're fully aligned behind this vision. We're doubling down on what matters most, helping learners thrive, and helping you, our partners, and our customers succeed. You'll see that commitment reflected in our product, our content, and in the way we show up to support your goals. To open that conversation, I'm thrilled to welcome someone who has been a driving force in this work, our CEO, Hart.
Thank you, Marnie, and on behalf of everyone at Coursera, welcome to Connect 2025. Whether you've traveled to Las Vegas or you're joining us virtually from around the world, thank you so much for being here. So, as Coursera's new CEO, I'm deeply grateful to be part of this global community of customers, educators, and leaders. What makes this gathering so special is the mix of perspectives that you all bring, each shaped by the realities of your own institutions, your regions, and your communities. And what unites all of us is a shared commitment. How can we help the world's learners master the right skills they need to grow their careers and thrive in a world that's being transformed by AI. Over the next 50 minutes, I want to discuss 3 points. First, the problem, why access to learning has to scale to meet the growing global demand for skills. Second, the progress, how the Coursera ecosystem is helping us expand access to job-relevant skills. And then finally, the innovation, new products, new content, and powerful stories that show what's possible when we combine technology, expertise, and imagination. But before we look ahead to the future, I want to take a moment to remember where we started. So this is my first time here at Connect, but many of you have been part of this journey from the very beginning. And some of you may even recall back in 2013 when our founders, Andrew Ng and Daphne Kohler, hosted the first Coursera conference at the University of Pennsylvania. And even then, they recognized the power of bringing this community together. Back then, leaders from top universities grappled with urgent questions. How would online courses change higher education? And what would that mean for access? Well, we've come a long way since then. And over the years, the places where we've met have changed, but the world around us has changed even more. Cloud computing and mobile adoption have exploded. Machine learning unlocked breakthroughs in everything from search to personalized recommendations. And in 2020, nearly every university in the world had to shift to remote learning virtually overnight. Through each of these seismic shifts, the Coursera community has helped learners and institutions adapt, driven by our shared belief in the transformative power of education. This is a critical moment and an opportunity for our community of customers, partners, and instructors. You're on the front lines, helping your employees, students, and citizens navigate change and disruption. Until recently, the fear of automation was about what might happen. Now, it is happening, with fewer entry-level jobs and many employers planning to reduce roles as AI automates tasks. And as technology, economic uncertainty, and demographic shifts reshape the global labor market, one thing is abundantly clear. Education is how people will find hope and opportunity amidst rapid change. That change is being driven by the incredible acceleration in the pace of digital transformation. Here you see the time it took different technologies to reach 100 million global users. You've got electricity at 70 years, you've got the mobile at 16 years, the web at 7 years, and then you have the outlier on the far left, ChatGPT. When ChatGPT launched back in November of 2022, it reached 100 million users in just 2 months. And that made it the fastest adopted technology in history. And in July of this year, it passed 800 million weekly active users. So what are the implications of this unbelievable acceleration? It means that people have to adapt by learning new skills. And we see that urgency reflected in the sustained demand for Gen AI learning on Coursera, which I'll touch on a bit later. This change has real impact on the skills that are needed in the workforce. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report projects that 39% of key skills will change by 2030. So we have to give people the tools that they need to learn those new skills. And because Gen AI is profoundly reshaping the labor market, it's creating a massive reskilling challenge. If the global workforce were 100 people, 59 of them will need retraining by 2030. But because of limited access, 11 are unlikely to get retrained. And on top of that urgent need to reskill people, we also have close to 2 billion people coming online in the next 5 years. And that's going to require us to dramatically expand access to affordable, job-relevant education so that they can participate in the global economy. But around the world, the average gross enrollment ratio for higher education is just 43%. And so that means that millions of learners around the world aren't currently enrolled in traditional college programs. The countries in dark blue here are where the situation is the worst, with just 10% participation. Sometimes that barrier is cost. In other cases, it's the lack of infrastructure, too few classrooms, or too few instructors. And for many, it's skepticism that the degree they're working towards may not lead to a job. It's a deeply complex problem. But it's one that this community in this room is uniquely positioned to solve together because we have the right tools, the right partners, and the right platform to deliver. So let's start with the progress that we've made before we then turn to the new content, partnerships, and products that'll shape what's next. At Coursera, everything we do for learners starts with content. Content is the engine of our business. We now have more than 10,500 courses across a broad range of domains. And that content is what attracts and serves our learners and customers worldwide. We now have 183 million registered learners around the globe. And then on the enterprise side, institutions are increasingly turning to Coursera for workforce transformation. We now have more than 6,500 customers across a range of different businesses, governments, and institutions. All of those learners and enterprise customers are taking advantage of our incredible network of trusted content partners. We have nearly 7,000 instructors from more than 350 different university and industry partners. And our platform brings all of that together, our content creators, our learners, and institutions in one unified system. And that system enables transformation on a personal and business level for our learners and customers around the world. Now, let's turn to the topic du jour, Gen AI, which is driving unbelievable demand across every part of our ecosystem. What we're seeing on Coursera mirrors what employers around the world are telling us. AI skills are essential. In 2023, learners were enrolling in Gen AI courses on Coursera at the rate of 1 per minute. And so far in 2025, that number has surged to 13 enrollments per minute, making Gen AI the most in-demand skill in Coursera's history. And we're still far from the peak. A few factors are fueling this extraordinary growth. Of course, there's the intense media attention, as well as the rapidly changing nature of our jobs. We now offer more than 1,000 courses, ranging from beginner level, like Generative AI Essentials from the University of Michigan, to role-specific training, like ChatGPT for project management from Vanderbilt University. And I want to thank all of our amazing university and industry partners. Your speed, creativity, and expertise are enabling us to meet demand from the learner side and from our enterprise customers at a pace that we've never seen before. We're seeing this incredible momentum across our entire catalog. Over the past year, we've added 36% more courses. That's a faster growth rate than we've seen in the last 5 years. Top new tech courses teach today's most in-demand skills, like Google's Introduction to AI and Adobe's Design Fundamentals with AI. Another major trend is the sustained demand for micro-credentials, or professional certificates, as we call them on Coursera. Employers are more likely to hire candidates with micro-credentials, and universities are increasingly offering credit for these programs. Since last year, we've added more than 50 certificate programs from leading industry partners, including IBM, Microsoft, and Amazon. And today, I'm proud to announce 6 new professional certificates from leading partners, including AAPC, EC Council, and Microsoft. These certificates expand opportunities in fast-growing fields like information security, medical billing, and programming. And none of that growth would be possible without our expanding network of university and industry partners. I want to thank all the partners who've joined our community since the last Connect, including leading institutions like the University of Cambridge and Heriot-Watt University, as well as innovative industry partners like Adobe, Google AI Quantum, and Nestle. And along with so many others across industries and regions, these partnerships enable us to continue expanding into new fields and reaching new learners. And today, I am thrilled to welcome 10 new university and industry partners to the Coursera community. This group reflects incredible diversity and expertise across domains, including leading universities like UC Santa Barbara, University of the Arts London, and Universitat Politècnica de Valencia, as well as global institutions and industry leaders like the ISSA and AAPC, along with Pearson and Skillshare. And I'm also incredibly excited to announce our partnership with Anthropic, one of the world's leading research companies. Together, we'll make it easier for learners and institutions to apply the latest advances in AI safely and effectively, unlocking new ways to learn, teach, and work. This partnership builds on our commitment to bring trusted, cutting-edge AI skills to every corner of the world. I'm deeply grateful for our growing ecosystem of partners and excited for the impact that we'll make together. So we've talked about the progress. Now let's talk about what's next. I've spent my career launching and scaling products that have transformed how people interact with technology and media. At Amazon, I led the creation and launch of Alexa from the ground up, and then grew Prime Video into a global streaming service. And what I find most rewarding is turning bold ideas into products that shape everyday life and deliver long-term customer value. That experience fuels my work here at Coursera. And that's so critical because the mission that we are on has never been more urgent. AI is reshaping how people expect to learn and also what's possible in online education. And Coursera is uniquely positioned to lead this transformation. It all starts with skills. When people come to Coursera, they're not here to learn just for the sake of learning. They're here to change their life. And for many, that starts with their career. Their number one motivation is gaining and mastering the skills that they need to unlock a new opportunity, step into a better role, or secure a stronger future. So when I think about learning, I think about how we deliver skills. It's the foundation of everything that we do. So skills are what people want to learn, but how they learn is changing, and AI is enabling a much more adaptive approach. First, no two learners are the same. Some are learning on the job, while others are coming online for the very first time. They bring different backgrounds, preferences, and starting points, but they all share the same objective: progress. So our job is to understand their motivation and guide them to the right courses that are delivered in the way that best fits their learning style. Second, learning should start from what someone already knows. A seasoned learner shouldn't have to sit through content that they've already mastered, while someone new deserves extra support and context. And with AI, we can pinpoint skill levels and guide each learner to the right place, whether that means jumping ahead or revisiting the basics. Third, personalization is no longer a nice to have. It is a baseline expectation. The learning experience needs to adapt to each learner and not the other way around. With AI, we can now deliver this type of dynamic, personalized support at global scale. Fourth, the format must adapt. Learners expect to switch seamlessly between different modalities, listening to audio on a commute, reading on the couch, or watching videos at a desk. AI allows us to meet learners where they are in the right format at the right time. And finally, to make all of this possible, content must be modular. Modular content is far easier to personalize by length, format, and language, and it can be reused across lessons, courses, and certificates, scaling both your impact and your reach. Delivering on this future requires bold product innovation, where we experiment, launch, and iterate faster than ever before. And that's why I'm so excited to welcome Patrick Supans, who joined us in June to lead product here at Coursera. Patrick brings a deep passion for understanding and solving challenges for our learners, customers, and partners. He and his team are focused on building with a customer-first mindset, ensuring that our products meet people where they are and evolve with their needs. I'd like to invite Patrick up to the stage to share how we're approaching this next chapter of product innovation and making learning more impactful for our learners, partners, and customers worldwide.
Thank you, Greg. And hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm thrilled to have joined this amazing community. I've worked at the intersection of technology and education long enough to remember the moment when Coursera launched and how it unlocked a step change in global access to high-quality learning. Today, I firmly believe we have another impactful moment. Leveraging AI to accelerate skills-based learning at unprecedented personalization, effectiveness, and scale. The idea that technology can help us achieve those goals is not a new one, but the rapid improvement of AI makes them more attainable than ever. That said, inventing great learning products does not start with technology. It starts with listening to the needs of our community. So I'd like to begin with what this community has taught me over my first months at Coursera. Let's start with what we're hearing directly from our learners, which is where we should always start. Greg just mentioned 86% of learners come to Coursera to transform their career. And what they tell us is they want to spend their limited time studying what's highly relevant to the job they have or the job they want. They want opportunities to practice and ultimately master necessary skills in realistic scenarios that mirror real work. And they want an experience that feels like it was built for them, with greater clarity on where to start and what to learn next, in a format and on the device where they learn best. As learner expectations change, it's no surprise our content creation partners need to quickly adapt to retain learner attention. They want us focused on making it more efficient to create new content with better insights and tools, while also maintaining the highest standards for instructional fidelity and integrity. They need more options to capture the attention of today's very distracted learners and look to Coursera to help them build experiences rich in interactivity, variety, and immediate personalized feedback. And finally, they want our help in making it easier to update content and keep it aligned to fast-changing skill needs and tasks. Our enterprise customers are on the front lines of the skills revolution. As Greg mentioned, Gen AI and other advancements are fundamentally changing the market, and the need for reskilling has never been more urgent. You've told us you need skills development that reflects the changing tasks and context that teams must navigate in their work. You want to trust that a skill mastered and credentialed on Coursera will translate to equally successful application and outcomes on the job. Finally, you require clear evidence that skills and their impact are improving access across your organization, and that each team in every occupation gets a tailored program to meet that goal. As we head towards 2026, our roadmap is focused on accelerating 3 key areas, each directly shaped by what we've heard from you and the opportunities discussed this morning. First, we're working with AI to make it easier for learners to quickly find the content most relevant to their skill needs. After they've completed that first learning experience, they'll find clear, career-mapped recommendations on what skills to learn next. We'll also expand the breadth of interactive learning experiences that engage and sustain learners with personalized feedback and realistic context. We're introducing new tools that enable course creators to not only build great courses, but continue to update and optimize them. We're also enabling smarter content ingestion at scale across a range of formats and standards, and we're launching new workflows that make it easier to create authentic Gen AI-powered learning experiences. Finally, we're accelerating the development of skills-first programs that are anchored on our career graph and rich in applied learning activities and task-based assessment. It's an effective combination to forge stronger connections between learning, skills, and work. We're also deepening our integration with applications enterprises rely on to support workforce development. From the HR system to your LMS to custom agents and LLM-based tools you might be building in-house. My team and I are energized to share what we're building for this community, and now it's time to do just that. I'll be back a bit later to share an exciting new skills-first product we're announcing here at Connect. Again, thank you for welcoming me to this incredible community, and I'm going to turn it back to Greg. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. It is so exciting to see where we're headed. Now, I want to show you how we're making important progress towards that vision today. First, I'll share updates on a few key products that are already driving real impact. And then, with the help of our incredible product team, we'll give you a preview of some of the new innovations that we're announcing today. Let's start with Course Builder, which we launched in 2013 to help our enterprise customers create high-quality content faster, which is obviously a critical need in today's fast-changing world. Course Builder uses AI to design courses at scale. But what's distinctive about Course Builder is that it recommends content from the rich catalog of courses on Coursera, developed by some of the world's leading universities and companies. And so that enables organizations to build tailored learning experiences that combine the best of the Coursera catalog with their own internal materials, so their employees, citizens, or students gain the right skills and the right context to apply them. This is a massive unlock for our customers. And we've made Course Builder even more powerful. Now you can start from scratch with just a course idea, no outline or material required. You can import existing materials using standard formats like Common Cartridge. You can get real-time guidance from an AI-powered instructional design coach. You can integrate hands-on learning experiences like dialogue. And finally, you can incorporate AI-graded questions into your assessments. Course Builder saves time by allowing anyone to create content. But what I find most compelling isn't the speed. It's the precision, relevance, and the ability to customize content. Enterprises can develop training programs aligned to the skills and outcomes that they care about most, grounded in the context of their organization. And because it's built on Coursera, they can tailor those programs for individual teams or deploy them across their entire organization. Course Builder helps our customers build faster, build smarter, and deliver learning experiences like never before. And today, I'm excited to announce that Course Builder will soon be available to our university and industry partners with several enhanced features. Now let's talk about increasing global access. In 2023, we launched AI translations to make learning on our platform more accessible for learners around the world. AI has reduced the cost of translation by orders of magnitude, and that has enabled us to scale this experience and help your content reach more learners in more languages. Over the last year, we've continued to invest, improving the speed, quality, and reach of our AI translations. Over half our catalog is now available in multiple languages, enabling more than 50% of the world's population to take a course in their native language on Coursera. And these enhancements are already driving results. Learners tell us that they prefer this learning experience because it helps them complete courses faster and it's benefited their career. So AI translations were just the first step. The next frontier is AI dubbing, which helps bring native language learning to life. I believe you have to see this in action with our co-founder and one of the world's leading AI experts, Andrew Ng.
Say hello, hola, bonjour, and hallo to learning in your language on Coursera. Discover over 100 AI-dubbed courses from IBM, Microsoft, and Deep Learning AI. Easily switch from English
AI is changing the way we work and live.
To Spanish.
La IA está cambiando la forma en que trabajamos.
French.
L'IA change notre façon de travailler et de vivre.
Or German.
KI verändert, wie wir arbeiten und leben.
Enjoy seamless AI dubbing with matching subtitles in select courses as you gain essential skills and valuable credentials for high-demand career fields. Get learning that speaks your language on Coursera.
Merci, Andrew. So that's amazing to see, isn't it? We launched AI dubbing in April with 100 courses, and by the end of this year, we're going to have 1,000 courses. That kind of scale is only possible because of the partners in this room. So thank you to INSEAD, Google, Stanford, Microsoft, IIM Ahmedabad, and so many others for helping us deliver this immersive learning experience. As always, we're continuing to make it better. We've improved voice quality and intonation so that it naturally more reflects human speech patterns. Learners who need translated content prefer dubbing to subtitles, and that's because it improves their learning experience, which, of course, is our aim. Now I want to shift to how learners discover content on our platform. Most people come to Coursera to grow their career, but many don't know where to start or what skills they need. Career-based discovery addresses that. It transforms Coursera from a catalog into a compass, helping every learner find the right path forward. So now when someone signs up on Coursera, they take a short onboarding quiz about their career goals, and that allows us to deliver more relevant, personalized content recommendations. This is especially important because about half of Coursera's learners are interested in multiple roles. So by helping them explore more options, we can help them find the right career. And to make these recommendations even more meaningful, we've added 500 more jobs to this experience and mapped 2,000 job-relevant skills to the content that teaches them. And when learners see that clear connection between learning and career progression, they're more likely to enroll. As learners find those right pathways, the next step is proving what they've learned and giving employers and institutions confidence in those skills. AI helps us uphold rigor and verify authentic learning, increasing the value of online credentials for institutions, employers, and learners. And that's why we're investing heavily in this area. Over the last year, we've improved our suite of academic integrity features in 3 ways. First, we streamlined instructor controls to make academic integrity features easier to implement across entire enterprise programs. Second, we launched Integrity Check, a scalable show-your-work tool. And finally, we debuted Coursera Proctoring, which is completely free to help institutions protect high-stakes assessments at scale. It's working. These tools have promoted learning in 9.3 million course completions, and they've substantially reduced low-effort completions, plagiarized responses, and misconduct. We're building a system where trusted, verified learning can scale, just like the technology that powers it. Now let's focus on how we're making learning more interactive with Coursera Coach, an AI-powered tutor that's grounded in high-quality course material from top institutions. Coach brings personalized tutoring to millions of learners to help them succeed. Since its launch, we've made several improvements. Coach is now integrated into 97% of the courses in our catalog, providing in-the-moment educational assistance. And it's available in 26 languages, helping learners engage more deeply in their native tongue. Coach now has persistent memory and contextual understanding, enabling it to provide smarter, more relevant responses. Coach is delivering promising outcomes. Over 90% of learners report that they have an improved learning experience, and more than 60% say that Coach has benefited their career. We're also seeing higher quiz pass rates and learning efficiency. That impact is being recognized. Coach recently won the Newsweek AI Impact Award for Best Outcomes in Education. And what's particularly gratifying is the impact that Coach is having on leveling the playing field for everybody. Coach is more likely to be used by those early in their career, those without a degree, or women. Now let's look at Dialogue, which enables instructors to build and scale one-on-one immersive learning. Dialogue is powered by Coursera Coach, and it brings in-classroom teaching methods to online, scaling Socratic dialogue and giving instructors new ways to engage learners directly. Instructors can tailor dialogue to their learning experience, their teaching style, and their assessment criteria. Dialogue now supports 22 languages, helping learners practice soft skills in their native or preferred language. And its enhanced AI feedback makes that guidance more personalized and effective. Since its launch in April of this year, Dialogue has already made big strides. It's now available in 1,200 courses, and 80% of learners say they're satisfied with the experience. Dialogue is already transforming how learners engage with course material. And now our new interactive course activity, called Role Play, will take that even further. Now I want to turn our focus to workforce learning at scale. As jobs evolve faster than ever, companies are asking, how do we equip entire workforces with the skills that they need, not just for today, but for what's coming next? At Coursera, this is where we see extraordinary impact. With our global reach, trusted content, and AI-powered platform, we're helping organizations deliver on large reskilling and upskilling mandates. Over the last year, more than 900 organizations have chosen Coursera to help transform their workforce learning. We've expanded our partnerships across businesses like Samsung, IKEA, and Broadcom, governments like the Republic of Kazakhstan and the New York State Department of Labor, and campuses, including Lyceum of the Philippines University and the University of Texas system here in the US. Together, we're making job-relevant skills more accessible and building a future where learning drives opportunity at massive scale. I'm also excited to welcome these new customers today, from leading global brands like SiriusXM, Brown Brothers Harriman, and Tigo Paraguay, to innovative universities such as Adamson University, the University of Hail, and Charotar University of Science and Technology. And finally, major institutions like Uzbekistan's IT Education Association and the Association of Regulatory Banks in the Dominican Republic. This growing community reflects the incredible breadth in industries and regions turning to Coursera for workforce transformation. But it's not just about our growing adoption across industries. It's how those institutions are deploying Coursera to accelerate their strategy and better compete in a changing world. I want to share a few examples. Moderna is a global pharma leader at the forefront of the biotech industry and mRNA science. To address the need for comprehensive Gen AI training, Moderna made AI learning accessible to all 5,600 of their employees, helping them turn AI theory into practical, actionable skills. And so far, employees at Moderna have invested about 10,000 learning hours in AI skills. What's really striking is that completion rates are 240% higher than the industry benchmark. And that's led to a 30% increase in knowledge of AI skills at Moderna. Next, let's talk about iPeople, a group of educational institutions in the Philippines. They want to ensure that every student, regardless of their major, is job ready. So they offer 4-credit courses and micro-credentials. And that ensures that students are extremely motivated, driving high volumes of learning. To make that learning credible, scalable, and personalized, iPeople is using many of our AI tools, including our academic integrity features, Coursera Coach, and Course Builder. And that has substantially reduced the time that it takes them to create high-quality courses. Another powerful example comes from the state that we're in now, the great state of Nevada, where we launched LearnNV, a statewide partnership to build digital career pathways. This program addresses unemployment at scale, helping young people who are neither in school nor employed, as well as workers who've been displaced by layoffs. The goal is to help them gain the job-relevant skills that they need to re-enter the economy. So far, more than 19,000 learners have participated, completing over 400,000 learning hours and 50,000 courses. So now that we've seen the power of institutions using Coursera, I want to highlight a few products that make transformation possible, starting with Learning Paths. Learning Paths give our enterprise customers a scalable way to curate content into tracks that are designed to build specific skills. They bring structure and intention to the learning journey, while giving learners the confidence that they're focused on the right content. Admins can assign learning paths to specific roles or to entire teams, and then monitor progress with dedicated reporting tools. Since launch in July of 2024, we've focused on delivering enhanced reporting for admins and on making it easier for learners to visually track their progress. More than 1,000 organizations have launched over 7,300 learning paths, and when programs use them, they see 24% higher engagement 1 month later. And this is just the start. What powers all of our skills recommendations and makes them uniquely effective is our career graph. It starts with rich labor market data from trusted sources like Lightcast, and that's combined with global skills frameworks. We analyze which jobs exist, how they're evolving, and what skills are needed at every level. And then we map those skills directly to the content on Coursera, the lessons, courses, and credentials that actually teach learners those skills. That's the real power of our career graph. It links every learning path to specific roles, the skills needed for those roles, and then the courses that deliver those skills. So learners have a map for how to gain and master the exact skills that they need for their desired career path. Our career graph makes our skill recommendations smarter and our learning pathways more powerful, and now we're taking that even further. So we've covered a lot over the last 50 minutes or so. I hope that what we announced today will help prepare you and your institution for a world that is changing faster than ever. We must seize the opportunity ahead of us. And that's why this quote resonates so deeply with me. The ultimate 21st century skill is the ability to learn. In a world that's being reshaped by AI, disruption, and shifting opportunity, that truth has never been more relevant. The ability to learn, to adapt, to grow, to reinvent ourselves is what will define not only our individual success, but the future of our society. That's why we're here. That is why Coursera exists. And together with our partners, our institutions, our customers, and this remarkable community, we can help billions of people unlock that ultimate skill, the ability to learn continuously. And when we do, we don't just prepare people for the future of work. We give them the power to shape it. Thank you all so much.